What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, once again. So, let's get to it, man. Tyson Fury has crawled out from under the rock he'd been living in, hiding in, to tell the truth. And we know he's been training again, and I think, listen, man, that fight with Conor Henn and Eubank, he saw that. It's no coincidence. I didn't cover it at the time, but let's get to it now quick. That fight happened. It was massive in the UK. Well, massive-ish. The pay-per-view numbers rolled out. I think people are caning the streams, man. We're living hand-to-mouth out here, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm living hand-to-mouth, man. We ain't got the $20 once a month. I ain't got it, man. Listen, man. Yeah? Blood out of a stone. The day you can get blood out of a stone is the day I'll put $20 up, man. I'm living hand-to-mouth, man. You see how I'm living? Yeah? Where's the paint on the walls, man? Stop playing. There ain't no paint on these walls, man. We ain't got $20. 100%. Blood in a stone. Anyway, listen. Where was I? Fury, the Eubank Ben fight happened. It was big-ish. Certainly, in the media landscape, it was big. Is it a coincidence? Tyson Fury pops out on the Monday after the fight. You're getting it. It does. Probably not. So it could just be an ego rub from him. He might have no intentions, but he's like, we all get it. When I have a good fight, it gets your heart rate up and you think, yeah, let's have it. Who wants it? You want it? You know what I mean? One of them ones. Obviously, if you're a proper fighter, then it must get the juices flowing. We saw this a lot with Conor McTapper. Obviously, he's like 6 years into his retirement now, but it was a period where every time there's a big fight, McTapper would be like, I'm coming back, he's getting it, and he hit me back, yeah. He lived in that Kinahan lifestyle, so all sniffed off his chop. Whiskey, sniffler, and like 3 out of 10 broads. That chick's 3 out of 10, man. That chick he caught a case on, man. She 3 out of 10. So he like, listen, man. He like the 3 out of 10s, the sniffler and the whiskey, man. That's what Conor McGregor lifestyle on right now. So it's one of them. But in the moment, you'll see him at the BKFC, the bare knuckle thing. It's like, yeah, I'll come in there. A week later, you think, come back to reality. So it's possible Fury ain't even coming back. He just got a bit of a buzz after the fight and thought about it, and then in reality, when it all settles down, he's back to reality. Anywho, that's not really the point. The point here is Usyk came out, and this is a lot of you, man, a lot of the Usyk homosexuals. I feel, after hearing what I've heard, and I'm about to play to you, man, right now, I feel less bad about roasting dude the other day. I roasted him about stinking the place out on points and not really pushing the pace of fights, not proper looking to stop someone. But when you hear these bars, I don't know, man. I stand in my position. Anyway, here we go. Any second now.
This work.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Everything okay? Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. First fight with Daniel Dubois. Who win? Oleksandr. Yeah, enough. Blow, dirty and clean. For me, listen, bro. 3 years.
You say you have 2 more. Do you know who you want it to be after Daniel Dubois?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, maybe it's Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury, your friend who you call Greedy Belly.
Yeah.
He says he's retired, then he's not, then he's retired. Now he may be coming back?
Yes, I think it's not retired. Типа завязал retired. Yeah, it's not retired. I think Tyson continue training, continue boxing because.
Okay, the takeaway there was Usyk says he's got 2 fights left. We know one's Dubois. I was hoping for Kabayel, and he says AJ Fury. Now I just don't agree with this, man. Assuming he beats Dubois, which is still an open question. I've got the fight 60-40 to Usyk at this point. But this Dubois has a chance. We might listen. The fight might end and it was a 90-10 fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's possible. It could be a 90-10 fight when it's all said and done. But anyway, Dubois has a chance. Let's assume the odds makers are correct and Usyk wins. Fury and AJ? Why would you want to do that again? Oh, it's the shmoney. Now, should we look down on someone for solely chasing money? I mean, you fought them twice, man. Like, no. AJ got knocked out. What would you want to fight him for? Kabayel. That's a serious fight. Now, the Usyk homosexuals will say, well, YB, He's 40 now, so he can't fight real fights forever. Number one, drop the belts. If he wants to drop the belts and then have these weirdo fights, no, I'm not going to lie. Seriously. I'll watch it for free, allegedly. But I don't want that fight. There'll be literally close to zero interest from me. Where's the interest? Fury didn't want to fight the last time. He had 2 times to want to fight. He didn't want to fight in either of them. Have a proper scrap. Like Chris Eubank Jr. did. The scary thing is, Chris Eubank Jr.'s legs were worse than Fury's in the last half-ish of the fight. He had a go. And he was fighting a smaller man in Conor Henn. Usyk is older than Fury. Fury's legs weren't even as bad as Chris Eubank Jr.'s, particularly in the second fight. He didn't want to proper have a scrap. So you ain't going to suddenly want to have a scrap. Same as AJ. Who knows how he comes back? Well, AJ's best performance was the second one, like 3-4 years ago. What's the point in doing that again? No one wants to see that. Why is he doing that for, man? Just cashing out on the game. So, certain man, oh, well, he beat Usyk. Usyk's the best ever. He's that. I'm pretty sure Lennox Lewis retired, beating Vitaly Klitschko. He retired fighting the next best guy. Yeah? And that's what the standard needs to be. It's not, oh, let's fight plumbers like Canelo did. And yes, Fury and AJ have big names, but let's not do that, Usyk, man. My point is, the amount of respect people are giving Usyk isn't deserved when he's mentioning fighting Fury and AJ for undisputed, like they've earned it. That is a disrespect to the sport, and it's a disrespect to your competitors as well, who have actually earned it, just so you can lace your own pockets. That's the bottom line with this on people. Now I'm hoping, we know Ajak Kabayel is one of Turkey's Donnies. I'm hoping Turkey steps in, spending a ridiculous amount of money, and just says, listen, man. And to be fair, Turkey shouldn't even offer no big money for AJ and Fury. Usyk thinks there's big money there. What Turkey needs to do is say, listen, man, I'll pay you $1 million to fight AJ, $1 million to fight Fury, or 50 to fight Kabayel. Something like that. There's no one else. If he beats Dubois, there's no one else who has a chance. And I think that would be his hardest fight of all time as well, seriously. Because Kabayel ain't playing, man. Zhang couldn't keep him off. Yes, Zhang's feet are slow. Yes, Zhang has no cardio. But no one, if Zhang's big punch can't keep him off, he gets put down and like a minute later he's back on Zhang. Usyk ain't knocking Kabayel out with one punch. Forget about that. Kabayel is the only man I'm confident in who will storm the beach Normandy and get on this guy. It might not be enough. Usyk might be able to fiddle around enough to get through. I'm not saying Kabayel definitely wins. I'll be betting on it. I'll be betting bigly. At least 100 large on it as well. He's too big, too strong, man. Too much work rate. He punches more than Usyk does. Kabayel does. It's a case of, can Usyk run hard enough to get away from him? That's the only question here. If Usyk stood there with Kabayel, he's out of there in 6 or 7. Same as Zhang. Zhang isn't known to have a soft body. Mr. Soft Body himself, if he stood there with Kabayel, he'd be out there 6-7 rounds. What's Usyk going to do? He'll do nothing, man. He'll get chopped apart. He went life and death with... what's his name? Is he Polish? He went life and death with some dude at cruiserweight, and that's a cruiserweight, and he ain't Kabayel. So that's what I want to see. And that's who, if he really cared about the legitimacy of the sport, he wouldn't be looking for fluff fights with 2 Stiflers he beat twice each. Not even like he had one close fight with them. He's beat 2 of the Stiflers twice. Both of the Stiflers twice. It's like, whoa, what, why are you doing that one for? That's dead. Anyway, I've digressed. But so Usyk's obviously sitting there. His eyes have turned green. Shmoney, shmoney, shmoney. Woo. Give me the ick. Even more so. This game is just full of money grabbers. Even the so-called principled people, which you'd like to think is someone like Usyk, even he now, just selling out. The masses don't want to see AJ and Fury in an undeserved, undisputed fight. No, definitely not. And the very... I don't know, maybe Usyk would relinquish the belts after Dubois. And if he does that, I was wrong. But if he clings onto the belts and then tries to make a fake Canelo versus Plummer, how many times did Canelo fight a Plummer for undisputed when Benavidez was there? That's what the equivalent... Benavidez is the equivalent of Kabayel right now. I think Kabayel's... To be quite frank, I think Kabayel's more distinguished as well. Benavidez never had no names. This dude has stopped Zhang in 6-7 rounds to the body. In fact, I don't think Zhang's ever been down. I think he got knackered once and went down. But he's never been touched to the body before. He's never been touched to the body before. Frank Soft Body Sanchez has never been touched to the body before, but doubled over on all fours. So you got Benavidez got ducked. Kabayel, who's even more deserving, he's now getting ducked. The Dubois fight's in July. So what, Kabayel just sits around now for a year? Nah, man, that's dead. Turkey, man, put your man on. What's Turkey doing, man? Put your man on. Anyway, back to the point. Tyson Fury responds to that video and says the following. This is obviously in response to Usyk saying, I want to fight Fury again. He said, I beat the F-U-C-K-er 2 times and the world knows the truth. Anytime, any place. Sucker. UK next time, 100k people. Listen, man. Listen, this is the problem with the world today. In particular, there's way too many internet virgins. Yeah. I'd talk a lot of shit on the internet, that's fair to say. But number one, I'll admit. And number two, we just saw it twice. There's no way I could come on here and say, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then not do this and do that twice and be back the third time preaching to the masses about, oh, you're getting it. In the place, oh, you midget, you gap tooth, oh. It's embarrassing. These guys have become a caricature of themselves on the internet. Yeah? The things Fury says is what he'd like to be. He'd like to be the guy who'll put it straight on you, yippo, bare knuckled, oh, oh, you're getting it. He'd like to be that guy. We'd all like to be that guy. But once it's been shown you're not that guy, you did not go out like Eubank did, having a go, just proper bent, doubled over. Listen, that Eubank fight showed there's nothing, and I've been saying this for years, even Chisora versus Usyk showed this. There's nothing stopping a big old heavyweight man, double over, come walking in with your head and put your hands on him. There's just nothing stopping you do that. Will you get caught? Will you not? Who knows? I've been telling you, man, over this last 2 weeks. I thought there's a chance Eubank might get caught. But you saw how that risk matrix played out. If Eubank here had sat back with his shot legs and shit himself, like Fury did in both of the Usyk fights, he probably would have lost, right? The fact Eubank dug in, bent over, pause, and had a go, that enabled him to win the fight. Having big balls and actually letting your hands go, there's risk to it, you might get caught, but on the flip side, you have a chance of winning. Eubank, by changing it up, had a chance of winning. I think it's probably almost certain if Eubank had tried to carry on doing what he was doing with no legs, he would have lost on points. And Eubank captured what I've been talking about for the last 5 years. Having a go when all else fails. And these man, Fury, all else hadn't even failed in that second fight. Same as AJ. AJ and Fury in their second fights with Usyk. All else hadn't failed. AJ's legs in the second fight and Fury's legs in the second fight are pretty strong still. And still they didn't want to have a go. So it's a psychological thing. They don't want to go to that place that Eubank had to go to get that W. They're not desperate for it. AJ would rather, throw the belts out of the ring. AJ was explaining the loss the other day. He goes, oh yeah, I had so much anger built up in me. I thought, what? You had so much anger built up in you after the fight? The fuck they finally calling new age man at? Suddenly a burst of energy, an explosion of anger came out after the bell went. What? You had 4 rounds to show us how angry you was. You big dummy. Boogaloo. Yeah? Sounded nice, dude. Fury, the same thing, comes, oh, they robbed me. Oh, they robbed me. Oh, Tarlets. Oh. Yeah? What are you moaning for? You had 12 rounds, or certainly the last 4, to really say you're getting it now. And now, to be honest, if Fury, in that last fight, yeah, if Fury had to put his head down and had a go, the optics of it, it might have swung the judges. That's what it does, having a go. When you sit there and shit your pants, it's hard. And Usyk's good at doing what he's doing. Chisora showed if you put it on him, it muddies the water. So who knows? He probably would have won that second fight with a bit more oomph. Or he might have lost it knowing, even if he'd lost that fight having a go, there'd be much more of an argument from the masses saying, you know what, I think he won that fight. He really wanted it. People are happy to get. People who don't score the fight traditionally, like myself, if I see someone having a go, yeah, and the other guy's just faffing around a little bit and maybe winning, technically speaking, I'm giving it to the guy having a go, man, who come to fight. But you and AJ don't have no leg to stand on there. You didn't want to storm the beach in Normandy. And instead, you're sitting here talking on Instagram 6 months later about how you beat him and everyone knows. No one knows that. Seriously, no one knows that at all. Not one person. Apart from your Hills Have Eyes friends that you hang around with, go for jogs with. The Hills Have Eyes, the Wrong Turn, them type of dons. Yeah? They're the only man who know you won 2 times. In fact, the Hills Have Eyes man he hangs around with, they think he won 4 times. But there was only 2 fights. Made that make sense? They're lacking the chromosome numbers. Oh yes, Tyson, you won 4 times. Oh. But yeah, I don't want to see this fight. I'm sickened that Usyk's even talking about it. To be honest, based on that, I hope Dubois knocks him out. Because whatever you say about Dubois, well, I guess he was sick against Parker, which is a bit dead, but Dubois is too young to be able to duck the top guys. And so far, he hasn't ducked no one. So I think it'd be better be a nice story, knowing how Usyk wants to go out. Because who knows? The way he says, oh, I want to fight Fury or AJ, he might even plan to be undisputed, beat Dubois, be undisputed, and fight both. Think about it. If you want to fight one of them, why not fight both? Oops. So rather than things go that way, I'd rather have Dubois have it. Yeah? Because at 28 years old, he's got at least another 5-6 years in the game, conservatively. He's going to have to fight the best. Parker, Kabayel, etc. Usyk has plausible deniability. Oh, all of his bisexual fans. Oh, well, he's old. That's not my fault. If you're old, drop the belts and do what you want to do. No problem. Don't hold the belts up, man. That's not good for the spirit of the sport. The best should fight the best. And Usyk, up until this point, has done that. Hopefully, he's only joking or whatever. But I'll tell you this now: if he fights Usyk or Fury or AJ with belts, that for me will almost completely undermine his whole career. To be honest, making a clown show of the game, like Canelo, like Fake the Cake Paul. I'd rather see him fight Fake Paul, to be fair, man, seriously. I'd rather see Usyk fight Fake Paul. At least he'd be doing a public service to the masses. Yeah, seriously. I'd be much more interested seeing him whoop on Fake the Cake Paul. Not Fury and AJ to finish, man, seriously. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe. Like for the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Some people stop it. Ball.